Welcome back to Chelsea News TV, and today we're going to look at 4 things spotted in Chelsea training as Thomas Tuchel prepares his players for the game versus Aston Villa, and the players are ready after returning from the international break. So the first thing on the list is the fact that Romelu Lukaku is back in training and ready to score some goals versus Aston Villa. And when it comes to Romelu Lukaku, he is someone that has impressed heavily for Belgium in the international break. He's someone that has impressed heavily for the Blues since signing that £97.8 million fee, and he has joined on a transfer fee which is very useful for the Blues as they look to make themselves a dominant force once again, as they did in the Champions League, and show it once again in the Premier League, because this is the season where it looks likely that the Blues are looking to try to win the Premier League. There is a lot of hype surrounding the fact that there is a possibility that they will, because of the strength that they have, and with fellow competitors such as Manchester United acquiring the likes of Cristiano Ronaldo, Manchester City bringing players in such as Jack Grealish for £100 million, teams such as Liverpool, you still have solid strikers in the form of Sadio Mane, Firmino, and the likes of Mohamed Salah. It looks likely that Romelu Lukaku will be a player that wants to score some goals, make an impact, and it's a good opportunity to go against Aston Villa, given the fact that Aston Villa are a very attacking side. So there's going to be moments where they're going to have some moments where they are going to look like they might want to concede, and this will enable Lukaku to have once again an astonishing performance and get his names on the headlines once again. So the next thing on the list is the fact that Edouard Mendy returns and impresses in training, and he is the only Chelsea goalkeeper that didn't remain with the Blues at their training ground, whereas Kepa Arrizabalaga and Marcus Bettinelli didn't have to leave due to the international break, and they were still fighting with each other to try to get into Thomas Tuchel's thinking for the goalkeeper spot. But Edouard Mendy has came in, shown why he is the number one at Chelsea, has shown his ability on and off the ball. He is someone that I really respect from where he started his career to why he had an opportunity where he didn't even get an opportunity to play for the club. He was struggling at some League 2, League 3 club at France, and he was on the benefits as well. He was someone that didn't have enough money to even continue with his life, but then he made that move. He realised that he needs to start performing. He went on to different clubs. He impressed at his previous club in the form of Rennes, and he came and joined the Blues, and he is someone that I think will have an astonishing campaign. At 30 years old or 29 years old, there's still a lot of time for Edouard Mendy to still remain the number one goalkeeper for the Blues, given the fact that goalkeepers have a very good longevity, as you see players such as Gianluigi Buffon leaving Juventus at the age of 40, players such as Manuel Neuer, who have still been at Bayern at 36 and still dominating in the Germany scene as well. So why not Edouard Mendy not succeed at this football club for another 6-7 years and still be the number one at the Blues if he continues to remain healthy, remain fit? You see Cristiano Ronaldo, what he's doing, being an attacking player as well. So the next thing on the list is the fact that Reece James is all smiles in Chelsea training, and he is a player that is someone that has been under the limelight under Thomas Tuchel for the Blues, and even under Gareth Southgate for England, given the fact that he didn't feature heavily in the games for the international break for England, and pretty much didn't even have a start at all. Whereas when it comes to Thomas Tuchel, he is someone that did feature in that right wing back role in the game versus Arsenal, but he is someone that also features as a right centre-back games in some of the games as well. But when it comes to Reece James, we have a player that is very versatile. He can operate in the right centre-back position, he can operate in the right wing-back position, but a thing that he can definitely do is start to operate in the midfield for the Blues, because his versatility could mean that he could have a solid contention to be either in the midfielder role or even be in the right centre-back / right wing-back role, given the fact that he is capable to play in both positions, and playing as a midfielder previously and then making that revert to that right back / right wing back role is something that Reece James can be able to do. And something Gareth Southgate also suggested as well, given the fact that Southgate views him more as a midfielder than a right wing back, given the plethora of right backs that are very good for England, such as Reece James, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Kieran Trippier, players such as Aaron Wan-Bissaka who haven't even made it into the England squad. You got right back that is currently the number 1, Kyle Walker. So it's better for Reece James to try and mould into a midfielder, something that could solve Chelsea's midfield woes if they do have any problems, even though they have both the 2 best midfielders in Jorginho and Kante. But if they both get injured, James can also slot in that midfield role. So the final thing on the list is the fact that Ben Chilwell impresses in the training session for the Blues, and he is someone that is in heavy contention to have a proper big fight with Marcus Alonso, who retains that left wing back / left back role, because Chilwell has actually struggled under Thomas Tuchel. Let's be honest, as soon as Tuchel became the Chelsea manager, Chilwell is one player that has been underwhelming for the Blues, and it's a shame that he hasn't been in the first team squad for the Chelsea team, because that is something that I don't know if it's commitment or if it's something where he has the right attitude. But being bought for £50 million by Frank Lampard from Leicester City seemed like a good acquisition then, but for Tuchel to find something in Marcus Alonso, is it his awareness, is it his ability on his mind? Because when it comes to a player such as Marcus Alonso, you might think that he's not the best when it comes to his technical, he's not the best when it comes to his pace, he's not the best in terms of his physicality. But I think there's a lot he does that he is such an underrated player. I think Tuchel has got the best outs of a player such as Alonso, because I think he does a lot of things in his mind. I think he's much smarter than the other players. I think what he thinks through his head is something that is not being achievable by other players. He might have the best technique and the best skill and everything, but it's all in the brain. And Alonso's awareness, his positioning, is something that Tuchel has admired to a very large extent, and that is something that has made him go ahead of Ben Chilwell. But Ben Chilwell's athleticism, his ability to put good crosses in, is something that is very good, but I think he'll need to learn a little bit of Alonso and start to show a little bit more fight, a little bit more grit to get back into the Chelsea squad and also get back into the England squad as well. So we will have to wait and see how Chelsea performs at the end of this season. If you want to see more daily videos from Chelsea News TV, make sure you click the subscribe button, hit the like button so I know you enjoyed the video, and share the video to your Chelsea friends and family. Click one of the videos on the screen and I'll see you there.